Now let's face it, the traditional gym can be a little bit intimidating. All these influencers got their tripod set up, all this weight banging around, all these people looking and acting as if they know what they're doing. And for beginners, that can be a little bit intimidating. But guess what? You're not alone. And that's why there's been a massive increase in people approaching calisthenics. The reason being is because they're embracing the freedom of working out at home or outdoors. But bodyweight training can get boring very quick. And that is the reason for this video, is because I'm just gonna be ranking certain pieces of equipment, the pros and cons, and why I've ranked it in a certain place. So I don't wanna waste any more time, let's get started. Okay, so first up, we got resistance bands. Now I'm gonna rate resistance bands in, I'm gonna put it in A. The reason being is because beginners can use resistance bands and advanced athletes can also use resistance bands. Now, there's different forms of resistance bands. You got ones with carabiners on the side, you got looped resistance bands to help make things more regressive and progressive, but then you also got the TheraBand style that people can use for rehab, for prehab, for warming up. So the thing is with resistance bands, you can use them at the gym, you can use them at home, you can use them wherever you see fit. And there's just tons of variety that you can use these for. One of the most important things is some are durable, some are not. And that's why I'm not gonna put it in the S tier. That being said, you can still get to your fitness goals without resistance bands. But I definitely feel as though it's something that every athlete, every beginner, and every fitness enthusiast should own. The cons of resistance bands are, if you do opt for a cheaper one, they are gonna break eventually. I mean, they're all gonna break eventually, but a cheaper one is just not gonna last. And if you just keep buying cheaper ones, it's gonna end up, you're gonna end up having a big bill. And then the second kind of con is that you're gonna get used to, if you're using it for resistance, if you're using it as a form of a resistance, you're gonna get used to it very quick. Therefore, in regards to using them for workouts from a progressive manner, you will be quite limited. But from a place of regression as a beginner, they will be a godsend. So there you go, resistance bands, sticking it in rank A. So next up we got skipping rope. Man, skipping rope is S tier. I don't care who you are, beginner, athlete, boxer, runner, calisthenic athlete, bodybuilder. Listen, whatever fitness modality that you're going down, you should know how to skip. Every human being should know how to skip. Skipping ropes are cheap, they're versatile, and I don't care how good of a skipper you are, you can always be a better skipper. So skipping for me, you can carry them. You can carry it in any gym bag. You can keep it in your work bag. You can do it anywhere. And you can always get better, right? You just need a little bit of space, There's not enough good things I can say about skipping. Like what it does for your body, what it does for your cardiovascular, systems, what it does for your Achilles, your feet, all the muscles in your feet, your calves, your knees. It's just insanely beneficial. That's why for me, the price point, that you can, the durability. I know I've had a skipping rope for like 9 years, the same one, still going strong, no issues with it. There's different, you can get weighted skipping ropes, you can get beaded skipping ropes, you get rope skipping ropes, you get PVC ones. There's so many different types of skipping ropes. And yeah, skipping ropes is definitely S tier. Now, door frame pull-up bars. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not a fan of door frame pull-up bars. Most of the time they're all cheap. The damage that it does to the doors, the price point, most of the time they're all overpriced. You can get bored of it. There's not much you can do on it outside of a pull-up and a chin-up. If you try to hang rings on them, TRX, if you try to do things like skin the cat, whatever it may be, it just moves too much, right? If you do happen to have a pull-up bar at home and it's something you made yourself, that's a different ballgame. But the cheap, crappy pull-up bar manufacturers that you see for majority of the companies, man, they're trash. I personally think you're better off saving your money, putting the time and effort into going to a calisthenic park and using those bars. Not only are you gonna meet good people, but you're gonna learn so much and you're gonna save a door frame. So for me, pull-up bars are gonna go in C because they're not terrible, I just not a fan of them. So now we have dip bars. Now dip bars are great. I'm gonna put them in B. I'm gonna rank them in B. The reason being is because they're not the greatest, but they're not bad as well, right? For me, I just think that they take up too much space. They can be a little bit awkward and flimsy. Some of them, they tend to loosen up. That being said, they are versatile. You can do rows on them, you can do hanging, you can do, in a dip position, you can do knee raises. There's so much you can use them for. They're more than just dip bars. Especially in today's day and age, a lot of the companies are doing it in the same Lebert type of fashion. They are pretty, although they're portable, they are still big and bulky. It's not like you can put it in a gym bag, right? And in my experiences, they just get in the way, right? So in regards to convenience as opposed to results, I think I'm gonna put it in the middle because I don't quite have anything too bad to say about them, but I also won't be the first thing I recommend for anybody, right? It's not like you can put it in a bag and travel with them, right? So, and especially at the price point. However, they are durable. A lot of them are very solid. Now they do tend to loosen up a little bit, but the metal itself won't bend, especially a good brand one anyway. So I'm gonna put dip bars in B. So hello. So next up we have a weighted vest. Should I do weighted vest first or should I do weighted belt? Okay, so weighted vest. No, let's do weighted belt. So weight belt, I'm gonna put in category A. And the reason being it's so high is because, man, it's a weighted belt. You know, you can make your pull-ups more progressive. You obviously doing weighted pull-ups, weighted muscle-ups, weighted dead hangs. That being said, you can do weighted dips. You know, this, as long as you're adding weight to it, you can attach your resistance bands to it too. That way it's still anchored. So weight belt does make your workouts drastically harder, which will give you an insane amount of results. They're very cheap, they're insanely durable, and they just fit in your gym bag. You can travel with them. The biggest downside to a weight belt is that you need weights. Without weights, it's pointless. Right, so that's the reason I'm not putting it in S tier, but I am putting it as high as A tier, right? If you're wondering why I'm looking down, I have my laptop and I have my list here of pros and cons and exercises. That's why I keep referring down. But yeah, weight vest is definitely up there, but it is limited to the fact that you do need weights. All right, now you can put plates on them. Yes, you can attach dumbbells to it and kettlebells, but you do need some form of resistance for it to work, I guess, right? However, if you do have weights, but you are doing bodyweight exercises, weight belt should be the very first thing you buy. Okay, so now we might also just go into weight vest because we're on the same topic. So now a weight vest, in my opinion, is better than a weight belt. The reason being is because you don't need to have that external weight. The weight vest itself is the weight. So you don't need plates, you don't need dumbbells, you don't need kettlebells. If, bodyweight is something you're getting into because of, lack of equipment, then you're not gonna have those accessibility to weights, right? So then therefore, the weight vest would be your, best bet. Now, with a weight vest, now you can start doing walking lunges. You can do burpees, you can do squats, you can do jumping jacks, you can go for a very slow run with a weight vest, right? I certainly have. You can go on the treadmill, you can go for a walk, you can go up the stairs. There's so much more you can do with a weight vest as opposed to a weight belt, right? And that's why for me, weight vest is going in S tier. It's up there, right? Because it's still gonna make your muscle ups, your pull ups, your dips, harder. You can still a lot of weight vests either have plates or they have little, blocks. So you can make things progressive and regressive with the weight belt, with the weight vest, that is, sorry, getting the weight vest and belt mixed up. So for me, weight vest, S tier, all right? It's oftentimes the biggest downside to a weight vest is the price, right? Because they are pretty expensive. So if you do have access to external weights, stick with a belt. So now next up, we have chalk or liquid chalk. I'm gonna put this in C tier because you don't need it. You can still get a good workout without it. And in my opinion, you're better off training without it so you can work your grip strength. However, if you are the type of person that's very clammy and has sweaty hands, then you're gonna need it. But in regards to bodyweight training, the only thing you need it for is a pull-up, is either muscle-ups and pull-ups or dead hang or chin-ups, right? Outside of that, you don't need them for jumping jacks and burpees and lunges and squats. So, in fact, I'm gonna put it in D. I'm not sticking with C. C, yeah, it's going down to D because you don't need it and it makes a mess. Definitely sticking it in D. So now next up, we have gymnastic rings. Now, what list of equipment is complete without gymnastic rings? Like, gymnastic rings for me personally, and for many other people that I know, is probably the greatest piece of fitness equipment anybody can own. Whether you go to the gym, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an elite superstar athlete, whether you're training at home or the park, everybody should own gymnastic rings. And I actually made another video on gymnastic rings. I'm gonna put the link up here. Because one of the most searched questions on the internet, not social media, not YouTube, I'm talking about the internet as a whole, one of the most searched up questions is best fitness equipment. That's it, that best fitness equipment. That's why I made a video on it. And I chose if I was given the choice of having one piece of equipment to train with for the rest of my life. It could be a barbell, dumbbell, any type of machine, pull-up bar, whatever. For me, it would be gymnastic rings. Obviously, I'd need something to anchor it on, but it would be gymnastic rings. So that's why for me, it's not debatable. Gymnastic rings is S tier. Now let's go into the reasons why. Number one, they're dirt cheap. You can pick some up for $24, I think, the cheapest. You can make them yourself if you want. You can do your upper body, you can do your lower body, you can use it to stretch, you can use it without the straps, you can use it for balance, you can use it for stability, you can use it for near enough everything. Lower body, upper body, biceps, triceps, back, just the plethora of exercises that you can do with the gymnastic rings is just limitless in my opinion. And then you throw in a weight vest or a weight belt, and there you go, that makes everything more progressive, right? Or slightly more harder. More importantly, they are insanely durable and they're portable. You can put them in your gym bag, you can put them in your backpack, you can take them abroad with you, you can put them in your hand luggage. They're either plastic or they're wooden, and you have two straps. That's it. And if you don't want to use the straps they give you, you can use you can buy other 6000D or 600D nylon straps, whether it's shorter or longer. You can use a TRX strap if you wish to. Either way, rings are a must, and not just for bodyweight training. You can use them if you're a hybrid athlete, even if you're doing weights, even if you're in the gym, whatever it may be, you can still utilize gymnastic rings. All right, how many more we got? We got parallettes now. Now, parallettes are incredible, right? They're small, they're portable, they're like mini version of the dip bars, right? And now you can use them for handstands, push-ups, dips, skull crushers, anything. The parallel is very versatile, very cheap, very durable, and that's why for me, I'm gonna put the parallel in A category. It's not quite S category, like a weight vest or a skipping rope or the rings, but it's definitely up there, right? Do you need them? No. Will they make your workouts better? Yes and no. I'm in the fence with that. But will they benefit you? I would say yeah. Yeah, I would rather have them there and not use them as opposed to not have them and need them, right? So definitely, you know, if you've maxed out on body weight stuff, get yourself a pair of parallettes, man. Switch it up a little bit. And also they're great for your wrists for push-ups. So if you do have any wrist issues, they will help you. Last but not least, we have, what the hell? We have the shake weight. This is like not even on the list. This is not even D. This is lower than D. Listen, fitness dice, shake weights, any type of gimmick equipment like this, just don't bother, right? These companies are just in it for $1. They look stupid. You don't need them. You don't need them. All this QVC crap, like, just leave it. Use your body. Get yourself a skipping rope. Get yourself a pair of rings and kill it. Forget the gimmick stuff. Okay, so that's part 1 of ranking fitness equipment. Definitely gonna do many more of these. Something about, you know, I don't know, we'll do something about, you know, the things you need in your gym bag. Calisthenics part 2. Influencer checklist, you know, tripods and all that stuff, ring light. Nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I hope you guys like this list. If you guys have any questions in regards to bodyweight training, don't be afraid to shoot me a message or leave a comment below. As always, until the next one, peace.